Holy shit, it's windy out here today. Anyway, I'm sorry about the wind. I can't really do much about that.
You never take me to Bangladesh. You never cook me sauce.
Yeah, see, it's horrible. It's horrible. Give it a second.
Bangladesh.
Today, we're finally back. It's the season to start working out here again, and we have something very exciting going on. We are finally breaking ground on the Alpha tent. So let's go back there and see what we're doing. We're gonna put on some coffee, and at the end of the workday, we should have a nice pot of coffee to go along with that. So let's get to it. Hey, says this wind sucks. Hate it. Anyway, so let's get a bit of a lay of the land first. So this is the main campsite area over here. We got the grill over there. We got the main seating area. Also the table. Finally made it up here. That's great. So that's like the main campsite area. We got the fire, like the wood storage area over there. And the plan is that this will be the place where we're going to be putting up the campsite Alpha tent. So let's have a look at that, shall we? Right underneath this small little fir right here, and those two bigger firs and that pine over there, this is where we're going to be laying out the campsite Alpha tent. And well, we don't have the Alpha tent yet. I'm still searching for a good one because this is not a whole lot of space. I mean, we got two rocks here, and I'm hoping to be able to fit everything behind these two big boulders right here, this one and this one right here. So what I did instead is we're going to be building a base. We're going to be building kind of like, I don't know really what to call it, like a floor basically, because usually Alpha tents are just a tent part and there's no floor to it. But I do want a floor, so we got a bunch of forklift pads or whatever they're called, trokkipalleja, over there. So we're going to be laying those out here and bolting them together to make one continuous floor. And then later what we're going to be doing is we're going to be laying out big veneer pieces to be able to fill the gaps, because obviously usually forklift pads, they have gaps in them, so we want to fill those out. And then once we have done that, then we can set up the campsites, the actual Alpha tent, and then we're going to put a bunch of stuff inside. We're going to have a wood stove in there, so we could technically be here during the winter. I still don't think I'll be here during the winter, but technically you could, and stuff like that. So that's the plan. And right when we come up here, Jesus, this was a monument and a half to carry up. Here is our building materials. We've got 4 big forklift pads, which we're going to be bolting together. So all of these together, they should make about 2 meters by, what would I say, they're 3 to 4 meters, 2 meters by 4 meters. I think that's what these 4 are going to make all together. They aren't in the best shape. I wish I had better ones, but you know, you got to work with what you got. I don't got the best stuff at my selection, so this is the truth, right? Sometimes you just got to work with what you have. Sometimes you have better stuff, so this is what we're using. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got a grill to light up first. So with the table, I also brought up a bunch of other stuff. So now it's possible for me to just come up here without any like prepared stuff and be able to make coffee, which was very important to me. That's something which I wanted to be able to do. So this tree right here, this fir is in the way of me being able to lay these out the way I want them. So these 3 are fine. This one is fine, this one is fine, and that one is fine. But I still want 2 more, one here and one here. Well, the problem is this fir. So I'm gonna attach these things together today, and then next time, once we get the Alpha tent up here, we're gonna attach the final 2 and we're gonna fall this fir as well. But I don't have a chainsaw up here today, so we'll have to leave that be. So let's do at least this part now, and then we'll figure the rest out later. not yet. There, perfect. And then I think we can start feeding this in here. So I'm gonna feed it down like this. I wish I had some sort of clamp to hold this up, but I don't. So I guess we better just hold it up towards the top of our bare, strong muscles. All right, that actually worked much better than I was expecting it to. I'm actually gonna attach it on the other side first. Actually, I should probably line these up before I do anything. Beautiful. Beautiful. Perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. There, that's actually really stable. Holy shit. God damn. God damn. Right, I just checked on the coffee. We should be able to soon start putting in the coffee beans, which is nice. So the water is starting to boil anyway. As good a place as any. It's gonna be a bit uneven, probably, or at least I assume, because I didn't build any actual foundation underneath here, so it's gonna be, it is what it is, but at least it's gonna be okay. There we are. And we need to somehow push this underneath there, which again is easier said than done. Definitely easier said than done. Yeah, that actually seems pretty good, at least on the outside. Yeah, definitely need some kind of buffer over there as well. It feels okay. This area needs a buffer. Everything on this area feels really good over here, but then this area needs something to be desired, or leaves something to be desired. Stop burning myself. There are some pretty terrible storm clouds coming up, as you can see. I think we're gonna get rain soon, so yeah, I didn't get a whole lot done today. I wanted to get more done, but I didn't account for that tree. If that tree wasn't there, I would have probably gotten the whole base done today. But no, not possible for today. But at least we got it started. And yeah, I still got a bit more work to do. I still want to buff it up a little bit more, so let's get to that now, and then the coffee should be ready once we're done. Where the hell are we gonna put this guy? Because anywhere I put it, it's gonna be blocked by something, somewhere or another. There we are. Great. Beautiful. Oh, that's truly some black coffee right there. Jesus. All right. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's let that sit and I was gonna say dry, but cool off a little bit. Oh man, is there anything better than a good old cup of coffee out here at the campsite while we got a fire going in the background? I don't know if there's a whole lot of other things that are better than this. This work that I had planned for today was actually kind of an excuse to come out here and drink coffee. Not that I need an excuse to come out here, but this had to be done anyway, so whatever. Bitter, but good. Very good. I feel like coffee made over an open flame should be bitter, honestly. And I know you're supposed to let it sit in the pot for a little while, and you shouldn't, like, immediately after making the coffee, you shouldn't immediately put it into the cup because you want to let the beans settle at the bottom. But I think I still did a pretty good job, and well, yeah, I don't know. It tastes okay, so I know I should have done that, and I usually do that, but this time I forgot, so whatever. Something else which I noticed while I was sitting here, not only should we remove this fur, but I realized that these two trees, this dead birch right here, and then this obviously dead birch stick, are standing pretty close not only to the cottage, or not the cottage, but the alpha tent, but also the campsite in general. So I think these two guys, along with this, needs to be removed. But the thing is, right, hold on. The thing about this is that this area is kind of the only area here at the ranch where the trees are actually big. We have a lot of smaller trees, a lot of mid-sized trees, but we don't really have a place except for this place where the trees are actually big. I mean, just look at some of the pine that we have around here. They're absolutely massive. Like, a massive pine over there, there's a massive pine over there, there's big firs. So, like, even though those two guys are dead, like, I really like the look of them. They really bring that natural forest vibe to this area, which I also like. I don't really like, I really wouldn't want to cut those guys down, but the fact of the matter is they are really close, so I still need to think about it. I'm not 100% certain. I mean, like, nature-wise, it doesn't really matter to nature if I cut those down or leave it. They're already dead. I guess small critters and whatever can go and absorb the insides of those trees, but I leave a bunch of ground trees around here anyway, so they can take those. So it's just more like a looks perspective, and I really like the look of those two trees right there. They just bring that kind of like natural vibe to this whole area. So I'll need to think about those, but like, the best option would probably be to cut those down, if we're honest. So this is how it's looking at the moment. So that piece is attached to that piece, which is attached to that piece. Then we jacked this one up just a tiny bit, so it all stays in relatively good condition. It's still wonky, so I mean, well, it is what it is, but it is stable now and it feels solid, which is nice. Now, I was gonna put a fourth one over here, but then I started thinking, we're gonna have a wood stove inside of this thing, and I don't know how good it is to have a wood stove on top of wood. Should be okay, but there might be a little bit of merit, seeing as we can't really fit one of these properly over there without doing a bunch of excavating and digging and whatnot. why not we just leave that area barren and we put the wood stove over there. So we'll have kind of like a living quarters more or less over here. Then we'll be entering the tent for here, and then we'll have the wood stove over there. So everything will be in its own place. And then also we can store a bunch of wood here without it getting onto the flooring and making a mess around the floor. All the wood stuff will be contained on a lower level towards the ground. Now there is a problem with that, which is that there might be critters and whatever which can crawl through here, but honestly critters will find any way to get inside of this thing, and especially when it's a tent, there will be critters in here. But we might put a tarp, like a fire resistant tarp right there or something or another. But as far as right now, the main base of the alpha tent is complete. Or, well, yeah, the base is complete. Next time, we're going to be putting in the flooring here. We're going to put a bunch of veneer, whatever they're called, fanerskivor on Swedish. But just, we're going to be putting in flooring here, make it look all nice. And then we're going to finally set up the alpha tent. Yes. So, hopefully you'll enjoy this video. I know it's been a little while since the last video, and there's a multitude of reasons to that. Number one is I hurt my shoulder recently, pretty badly. So I was bedridden for the better part of 2 weeks, which wasn't nice. I'm finally getting more energy into me. I finally can come out here, do some work, and actually go back to work, like work, which is also nice. But yeah, it's still not fully healed, and it won't be fully healed for a while. But it is good enough now that I can actually do work without being worried that I'll stress it too much. So yeah, more videos on the horizon. We still have one more excavator video coming out. Very interesting video that will be posted soon. But apart from that, hopefully you'll enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.